Alright, I did not expect that track to sound like that. Hello gamers! Hello gamers, how's it going? US do be Mechin though. Yeah, we're gonna play some US mechanized. I've talked about it briefly when someone mentioned it in the last stream. And you know what? Let's quickly build a US mech deck and, play it. I don't think I have one currently. Hello Tayman, right? How's it going? Where's my US decks? There it is. Yeah. I don't have a US mech deck. So let's build USA mechanized. I think that's how the code is. It has to be timed. It's a mech. Now I've said it last time. Oh. Maybe you want to actually see what's going on. Don't worry, the black screen, there you go. I said it last time, US does not really benefit a whole lot from mech. There's mainly one reason, and that's the infantry tab, right? By far the biggest benefit from playing mech are the additional inf slots and the infantry XP. However, while US infantry is okay, and in certain roles actually amazing if you talk about meat shields and stuff, but for one, you only get one type of rifle infantry in mech. You don't get any shocks. I guess you get Delta Force. I forgot about them. You don't get any shocks. Don't get any, and you get very few weapons teams as well, and only one type of IFV, and that being the Bradley line, which is fine, but also doesn't benefit from mech because, for example, the TOW 2 already has 70% base accuracy. Like, don't get me wrong, they do benefit, but the benefit is just not particularly noticeable. So yeah, you don't get any ATGM squads or cheap ATGM squads, something along those lines. That some decks take actually like 3, maybe even 4 cards of different ATGM squads. For example, the Fae got a card and it conquers them or something, and maybe another card for the IFV they come in, stuff like that. You can't do that in US mech. Small Marines are both Marines only. Light Riflemen you don't get in mech. Those are, and the 90s version, of course. I think that's all the infantry squads US has. So yeah, it's kind of similar to USSR, which is maybe a bit funny because those are the two big superpowers in the game, of course. And in some areas, actually more similar than one might think. Even if the playstyle is not necessarily. So yeah, we don't gain a whole lot, but that doesn't mean the deck is bad by any means. It's just that it's practically a worse US unspec. But we're not here to just be a worse US unspec. We're here to meme around. Put in some CVs. I'm not gonna put in an attack com because we only get one card of M35s and that's the only transport. And we want the M35 for our Rangers because they don't get any other ground transport. Which is annoying because they get a V150, right? 150 kmh road speed. Good optics, medium stealth transport. Not available in mech, but some others, like the KM900 for example, used by South Korea, reconversion, is available in mech, if I remember correctly. So that's a bit annoying. Which means, if you're taking 3 CVs, we're actually taking this one, because that's the only other CV you get on top of these two, and only running these two is a bit too spicy for me. I'm gonna run the FOB, although it's not massively necessary. Then again, it might actually be because we're gonna be running a lot of Bradleys. Delta Force, in this case, kind of a no-brainer. We have so many slots, and while they're not amazing, they're not bad. And having the option of bringing something in a helicopter for sneaking around or something like that, always nice to have, And when you have 9 slots, it's not that big of a sacrifice. We want 2 cards of Rifleman and the M113A3. That's kind of a must. And the third card we probably want with some Rifleman 90s for our main anti-tank, because yeah, those are the our only 2 acceptable anti-tank weapons. We turn it off. And we want at least 1 cheap card, right? Those are our 5-pointers dealt with, essentially. Now, how do we want to do the whole Bradley thing? Taking a lot of red eyes, no point, because for one, they're bad, and there's no point in taking them because they're cheap, because we can get a Bradleys with a 10-point Rifleman as well. At least 1 additional card. Stingers are different different discussion. We might want to take both Stinger A and Stinger C, because Stinger A also has better availability. Keep that in mind. And Razzmann 90s, I feel like maybe a combo with the base M2 Bradley might not be too bad. Though you might want to also spam base Razzmann in the Bradley to keep it cheap. Let me think. The difference, of course, would be that the Rifleman 90 in close ranges would have some decent anti-tank power, especially in areas where Bradley might struggle, right? The autocannon is amazing. If it goes up against a Marder 1, let alone 2, goes up against BRDM3s, BMP3s, basically any IFV with an autocannon is gonna lose. Maybe used him with the red eye, but then you got so few. I think spamming this might be an interesting idea. For our M2A2, I think we want to go with some stingers. Maybe 2 cards of Stinger A, so we still get 14 as opposed to 8 if we were to upvet. Sure, downwetted Stinger are gonna be more accurate than upwetted Stinger. Downwetted Stinger Cs are gonna be better than upwetted Stinger As. However, the veterancy, of course, transfers to the Bradley. Scandinavian mech soon, maybe eventually. It's a pretty common deck. It's not very fancy. A lot of people play it, so I don't think too many people are interested, or it's nothing like out of the ordinary. Whereas US mech, well, it's not a crazy deck. You don't see that often. We 2 more slots. Oh, I already used both cards of Stinger A, I just realized. That's not good. Alright, how about this? We split up the two M2A2s like this. Get an M3A1 for some cheaper ITOs if you only want something for IFVs or something. It's 10 points saved in the Stinger A, so we still have a usable infantry squad as opposed to a lad red eye. And then for our last slot, maybe another card of M2A1s or something. Maybe you should take both cards of M2A2s with the Rifleman 90, actually. It's still the same cost as Stinger A, and you get better availability. Then we could get a Stinger A in the 5-pointer, which is just spammy. Then again, for 5 points, I think I actually do want the Stinger C in this case. Alright, let's order this a bit around. I want the expensive Bradleys first. Then I want these Bradleys, the Riflemen, and then the weapon teams. 18 M2A2s, 7 M2A1s. Maybe I should downweight the M2A1s. North Korea Airborne would be a funny deck, funny and useless. I'm actually thinking I might not have enough Bradleys. Maybe I should downweight these. What's the value? Okay, here's an idea. Here's an idea. Don't worry, deck building is gonna be much faster once we're done with the infantry tab. You come in the M2A2 and you come in the 5-pointer. Okay. So I ended up downweighting my M2A2s. All my Bradleys essentially, except for this one. Let's see how it works. Only use that mindset? No, it actually pretty much is. Alright, artillery. Hawk Pip 3 is very good. I don't think we need a Javelin because we have the Pip 3. Pivot is good. We shouldn't need much more in terms of AA because we have so many manpads. Mortars are always good to have, and for artillery, I do like me the base M109 spam. Tanks. I think I'm actually gonna run 2 cards of M1A1s and just a base M1. Maybe I'll put in the M8HS if we have the activation points. For now, I'm gonna put it in. We unfortunately do not get the Cobra. What do we need in terms of recon and recon vehicles? What do we want to support our Bradleys with? Maybe the ACAF. M3A2. M3A2 is nice, but I already get so many TOW2s out of the wazoo. I'm not sure if it's really necessary. But funnily enough, in this deck, I really value the extra front armor for Recon Bradley, because I think I'm actually gonna need to use it aggressively. I gotta try to fit in both actually, and that. No, we don't need this. We have base defense in the vehicle tab. I think I might actually not run a fifth card because one of the few mech decks. Sorry, this is one of the few mech decks that is probably actually gonna make use of the vehicle tab a good bit. This is kinetic. I'm gonna use a card of you, and you're only 20 points, and you have 2 front armor. On toss, very funny, but not very good. You put one M3A2 in a group of Bradleys to spot for all the toes form. Yes, that is the idea, but it's still 80 points. That's the problem, right? But everything else, it's the only thing with armor, and is for 20 points, 2 extra armor is very nice. And of course, you still get the toe too. I would like something like a, T55 recon, Leopard 1 recon, something along those lines with 5, 6, 7 front armor and cheap. And at a cheap price, but you don't get this here. You can put it at the back. Well, if it's at the back, it won't spot as well, right? That's the other thing. Helicopters, Justice Cobra, please. Planes. Since I put the Tomcat in the thumbnail, you probably gotta put one in. Nighthawk is a must. Raven. Oh, we need one more point. I don't think we need that many M1A1s, actually. We have TOW 2s for heavy hitters. We might not even need any M1A1s at all. And then I might actually want the Hornet. With so many TOW 2s out on the field, I don't think the A10 is going to be that strong. Unless, of course, I completely suck and can't use my Bradleys at all. And of course, you have one slot left over because this costs 2. I could remove a vehicle, for example, and then get another 2-slot unit, which would be tanks or helos. Or, remove something there and get another vehicle. Do I want this Bradley or do I just want a second card of... You know what? I think I actually run the cheap Bradley here. Actually, how does this compare to the Sheridan? The Sheridan has a... It has less armor, of course. I might actually want to run the Sheridan for the very good optics. I'm not even memeing. 2 versus 3 armor shouldn't matter as much because you're mainly gonna operate at long range with this thing. I'm not a huge fan of this vehicle, but for what we want, this might actually not be a bad idea. Let's give it a shot. Alright, that's gonna be our deck. Let's see if we can find something. I remember that deck. Oh, wait. It's just US, right? There you go. Sheridan is also a great fire support gun. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? It's pretty good versus infantry. Whereas we have so many Bradley autocannons already as well. That another one isn't necessary, but the Sheridan's gun allows us to give some decent burst damage at long ranges. You could argue that I maybe should run the 30-point Sheridan, which probably is the right decision. But at the same time, it only has good optics. And I wouldn't say meme around, right? I'm not like, oh, look at me, I'm always playing meme decks. But every now and then, just slightly out of the box, because sometimes, you might get surprised at how not so bad a unit is, even if it's just under certain circumstances. Hello, Colonel. Razzmann. Okay, this is actually a pretty good map for us. Lots of... Do I know who this is? Lots of open field on there. Start with the Recon Helo. Do I want to drop off Delta Force on there? It's a big investment, and it's pretty not so strong. Let's start off by getting some Recon. Get some V150s. Those are the kinetic ones, yes. Yes, 76mm are the heat ones. 7 to backseat game res. These two. One the Stinger. Get some M2A1s. Get the Stinger Bradley over here. Probably want all of our Bradleys to go this way, but it's probably better if there's assault here and assault there. Let's still get like an two. I don't know. This might be a healer usher just trying to like lull me in or something. In which case, whatever. You know, it is what it is. But it would be the first time for me in quite a long while. You know. Alright, let's get some Sheridan memes going. I actually do want them in stacks because sometimes it helps with their targeting. I should just open with a Hawk Pip 3 because only Stingers are gonna struggle at longer ranges. Let's get some M2A2s and get a Hawk early on. We have no mortar, but that's not bad. We don't. Mortars are still good, even for ATGM vehicles like Bradley, so you can retreat them as well. You just put the smoke further back, but it's not quite as necessary. Can you show us how to read super hard AI with mech? Nope. I mean, I could, but I virtually never played versus AI outside of the campaign, if ever, even honestly. So unless you're memeing, I don't know what to tell you, man. You stay like there for now. I'm gonna hold off on my motor for now, just in case we need it for getting healer rushed, you know. It's a Cobra. It's M35, so it's a US mirror match, except you're playing mech. And yeah, that doesn't look like mech at all. Technically, it could be armored. Practically, it almost certainly isn't. Come on, Hawk, I believe in you. I knew it. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Just give us some coordinates, sir. It always comes down
LAV
to
unload! LAV 80 is interesting.
customers for a taxi route.
Almost certainly appears to be a push in there.
Go ahead, over. Speed up, driver. We're in a hurry.
Oh, that's a Nighthawk, that's bad.
You'd be blind without us.
I accidentally... it's actually not that bad.
Need a ride?
In terms of losses, we didn't lose much. I almost screwed up with my Hawk Pip 3 there.
Need some extra eyes, sir? Awaiting new orders, sir.
Actually, you can unload and just drive over there.
Trouble.
Turn your weapons off.
Sir, yes, sir.
Get some rifleman spam in there. Are you amphibious? You are actually.
Grab the binoculars, Corporal.
Oh, you're not out of range of the rifleman.
Spotted something?
Oh, get in there already.
The world consists of two types.
Turn you off in case
Artillerymen
next
and
spy.
Spartans.
That's black up from the infantry CV. From the base.
Ammo, fuel, spare parts, anything you want. You'd be blind without us.
Some repairs going. Hello, M1 mod. Going alright, how about you?
Waiting new orders.
Oh, that's a tank firing. Yep, it's probably like an M1A2 or something like that.
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Delta Force going as well.
At your orders, sir. What can the infantry do for you, sir?
What? Get shoot back there. Maybe get a Tomcat.
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
I would lost the V150 there, that's okay.
What is it you want?
Get you repairs only for now.
Sir, yes, sir.
Oh no, Mac? Oh yes, Mac. Mac is good.
Need customers for a taxi route. You spotted something? Scouts ready, sir.
Let's not use cheap CVs unless we have to. Alright, you're good to go again, alright? Yep, okay, refill you.
Someone called for a cab?
Get a CV.
You'd be blind without us. Need customers for a taxi route. Who do you want us to transport? At your service, sir. Go ahead, over.
Let's unload you though, especially the stingers. I don't really want to lose those.
Need some extra eyes, sir? Scouts ready, sir.
Come on, get in there.
Missile and firing position.
You should get a plane as well, because the Nighthawk is gonna be ready again soon.
Who do you want us to transport? It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
That's an HA. Okay. Not even an A2.
You spotted something? Platoon is formed and ready. You'd be blind without us.
It is Tomcat. 2 HAs even.
Missile and firing position, sir.
Yeah, that's the problem with Bradleys.
Someone need a guardian angel?
Oh, we missed. That's kind of the problem with Bradleys.
Good scout is one you don't see.
Oh, I got another one out. Oh, they all missed. They all missed. We lost a couple of Bradleys there. That's not too worrisome.
Need some extra firepower?
We need our own plan, our own planes to deal with that. There's still Rangers there, so let's see what we can do. You know what? Maybe we shouldn't even try to assault this and just be annoying like elsewhere. There they are.
Better. Need some extra eyes, sir?
Oh, that's unfortunate. Can't really move the Kiowa up a whole lot because there's a pivot somewhere that we spotted in the opening that we know is there. Bunch of more M113s. Get an M109 going. Like, let's get 2 going.
Good scout is one you don't see. Who do you want us to
Why is
transport?
moving in there, huh? It's not good.
At your service, sir.
There's a lot of ATGMs coming for you. But there's a bunch of ITOs as well, which aren't gonna do a whole lot. Unfortunately.
ET loaded.
We still dealt a good amount of damage. Let's make sure we
Want to deliver?
give these suckers some ammo.
Ready to fire, sir. Speed up, driver. We're in a hurry.
It's a hemmed.
Bigger the better. Need a ride? Platoon is formed and ready.
Well, even if Bradleys don't have the best autocannons, they're still autocannons, you know? That's not how you use a Nighthawk, buddy. Oh, and he turned away. How nice of him.
Wilco.
What did they lose? 2 CSs essentially. Come on. Oh, that's an Abrams.
Not my one. Blind without it.
It's just an M1.
Enemy is in range, so are we.
You're not gonna hurt anyone. That.
It's not my war. Need customers for a taxi route.
Oh, optical failure. How nice.
At your service, sir.
Razzmann spammers, Razzmann spam what gameplay. I know, right? It's peak.
Cab?
Peak gameplay.
Who do you want us to transport?
LVT honestly has been doing some good amount of work for this guy.
At your service, sir.
That's not good. Rangers actually have decent AT.
Someone called for a cab? It's not my war.
Evac because our Tomcat fired 2 rounds there. What's that that aimed back there? Is that a Patriot? I don't think Patriot has range from back there, right?
Customers for a taxi route. Scouts ready, sir.
I'll turn you off for now. I actually need you to spot.
Fresh delivery.
See,
En route.
any... Oh, you got a bit of XP. Get another one. And let's get some Rifleman 90s. Maybe I should have put in some assault engineers in there. Daily BAT.
You'd be blind without it.
There's the Rangers.
Waiting for your orders, sir. At your orders. Fire! Fast!
Not my CS.
Load up. Just give us some coordinates, sir.
Oh, don't you dare do something to my SUV that you just spotted with the Cobra. Oh, oh. Kapow. Oh, you actually missed! Oh, man. Still, we killed the HA there. That's how quickly it can happen with two TOW2 carriers. Oh, oh, do we get lucky? No, we don't. I think we haven't hit a single Phoenix. I don't know, we could probably hit the Nighthawk actually. Let's get some more Stingers on the field. And fill this with some more Riflemen.
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Just keep this under fire. So that assaulting this is gonna be less of an issue. It's actually true, I haven't bought a single tank yet. Oh, there. Okay, okay, AJs are perfectly fine.
At your service, sir.
Sadly. With perfectly fine, I mean like their HP. Yeah, sure, waste the rocket pods on Bradleys. You're not gonna do a whole lot of damage to 5 front armor. So I think this is pretty much empty because this was filled with Riflemen, and you only really fill that, is at least right from the get-go, if you don't really put anything in the forest there.
Where do you need us, sir?
Maybe we should buy like a Nighthawk or something. Oh, that's a CS firing. I was like, I heard a CS fire, and then I was... Oh, they actually... Oh, the Cobra actually came that close. Guess fill you up again. Sure, let's get a Nighthawk.
Someone need a guardian angel?
Oh, the CS is still alive somehow?
Where do you need us, sir?
Sure. We're close enough to the...
Sky is ours.
He's actually scared of my... Yeah, see, they're close enough that at least they got stunned. But, you know, it's something, right?
It's spotted us.
Oh yeah, turn your weapons on. And our Nighthawks arrived. Even if it didn't do a whole lot of damage itself, I think it had still some decent utility in form of, you know, stunning those Abramses, dealing morale damage to them.
It's not my war.
Putting that miss in missile. That is so true. Many people are saying this.
Fresh delivery. And
Those are still Rangers. They're leading the way. Yo, why is the TTS spotted? And the Bradley here.
someone called for a cab?
There's probably like a Ranger somewhere here, or like maybe something else that... Oh, well, okay. Those are not... They did not spot the TTS.
At your service, sir. If the enemy is in range, so are we.
One split. Thank you.
It always comes
Get you
down
put
to
back.
the infantryman and his rifle.
I don't want all the fire support to wreck you.
Move out, ladies. Get moving.
Get a salvo in there, and after that keep firing in here. And XP, yeah, you got a bit of XP.
At your service, sir.
Let's get maybe some cheap base rifle, base Bradley spam. Does the forest burning reduce the value of cover? No. Wait until they aim the fire a few rounds.
Someone called for a cab?
Chopper drove in there. Maybe we can get it killed. For that, let's get another M109. Gotta be careful with our supply though. Only half the game's over. You can get like a Bradley and get going to have something happening over there.
Ready to pound them, sir.
Can pound me, baby. Alright, fire in there. Careful that you help out. Get some CSs.
Someone called for a cab?
I've been massively underutilizing these CSs this game, I think.
If the enemy is in range, so are we.
Come on, make sure to get in cover. There's an HA as well. That's annoying because we don't really have any respectable AT
Sky is ours.
in our deck.
Where do you need us, sir?
Might have to fire precision here.
I'm making an attack run.
Or maybe I don't. Oh, are we gonna get... What? Oh, those are the Bradleys firing. I mean, sure. I don't care if I use up the TOW2s. Yeah, that's a dead M181HA.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his
Let's get a
men.
few of these out of there. Still want to leave one in the town just in case. There's no actual terrain destruction. Hey, Razzmann, I found you last streaming. Thank you for all the great videos and content. You're welcome. Very welcome, in fact.
Who do you want us to transport?
It's honestly the main reason I'm still playing Wargame somewhat regularly.
Someone called for a cab?
Not just you specifically, but make content that hopefully some people enjoy. Yeah, fire generally makes units move, which is why it's very, very annoying.
It's spotted up.
You're not supposed to use mortars as fire support, don't you know?
At your service, sir.
Okay, retreat, retreat, retreat. Okay, that's good.
At your service, sir.
The game again instantly zoomed me, and as soon as I like used the zoom. Oh, are we gonna hit? Are we gonna hit? Are we gonna hit? Oh, we did!
Starting to get
Obviously, we
the
didn't
injury.
kill it, but we hit. And that is. Oh, you know what? Let's do something like this.
Awaiting new orders, sir.
At this point, you'd better off using the toes, but I don't want to like micro these things a whole lot, honestly.
Us, sir.
Oh, that's dangerous. Oh, we lost our night talk. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Who do you want us to transport?
So I drove them back here because it's very awkward to get line of sight onto this position from over here because of that long line of forest, right? So you have to stand like here or over there to the side to actually get line of sight here with those Abramses.
Need a ride? What can the infantry do for you, sir? At your service, sir.
With these M2s, maybe we can get you up there. Resupply.
Need a ride?
If we can cross there with these guys, get the Bradley in position. I guess I can't get up there with the Bradleys. HA's actually moved out of cover. That's very unfortunate.
Need customers for a taxi route.
Let's get some more riflemen.
Ready to pound them, sir.
Let's get some combats over here as well. CS got killed.
Us, sir.
Like a rifleman or something there. Oh no, a tank there, okay.
If the enemy is in range, so are we.
M1A1. Oh, if the town wasn't there, those toe side shots would have been so sweet. Oh shit. Oh, thank god, those are just...
Lined up.
Oh, and now... Okay, I should not have taken that gamble and just have it sit there. But it is what it is.
Awaiting new orders, sir. What are your orders, sir?
Oh, hemp, that's interesting. You know what, you can turn on as well. Okay, there they are now. The Abramses. Get a Rick and Bradley in there.
Awaiting new orders, sir.
Be careful, I gotta be careful with those HASs.
Who do you want us to transport? At your service, sir.
But it means that this is completely open now. Because both of the Abrams has moved. I should fire some salvos in there. Fire area of corrected shot. Which is basically nowhere because our rifleman just died.
At your service, sir. At your service, sir. Someone called for a cab?
Alright, move out with our rifleman to bait the shot. Ah, never mind, he's smoking, he's smoking. Let's drive down with you there.
Advancing support.
Ah, shit. I got lucky.
Someone called for a cab?
What is this toe 2 angle?
Are you talking to me?
Move over there with the AGSs. Get some supply.
The world consists
You can
of two
move
types
off
of
the farm for now.
artillerymen and targets.
Nice, got a stun off.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
Just make sure all of these blocks are
Off your
filled.
ass and on your
So
feet.
we spread around the infantry. But that's spicy. Fire some salvos in there.
At your service, sir.
Can't move the Bradley in that just yet, it's way too dangerous. Get the combat up. Get some Razzmann 90s.
Who do you want us to transfer?
I did lose a stinger there to the Cobra. It's such a wargame thing if I did. Yep, moved you down there. Yeah, use your rocket points up on that, please.
Has an enemy chopper been spotted?
That's quite some Abramses. Maybe we can move this in there. That'd be cool.
Starting to get dangerous here. Need a guardian angel? Air defense ready.
Oh. Ah.
Good scout is one you don't see.
That was definitely the Shalela missing, or whatever it's supposed to be called.
Who do you want us to transfer?
Let's get a tank CV.
Reloaded. Ready to fire.
And some more Totus. Shaleli. Shaleli? What? There's an I in there. Don't you dare hit my hawk.
Chopper been spotted.
Oh, that's not very nice of you.
You'd be blind without us.
Or maybe that's our chance to get a side shot going.
I hate walking.
I want to hit my rifleman, you know you want to.
Starting to get dangerous here. Go ahead, over. Need some extra eyes, sir?
Oh shit, there's M1 Abramses in there. Ah,
Enemy is in range.
so close.
Yes, sir.
I gotta be careful with this. Oh, double tapped.
Someone called for a cab?
Weapons jammed. I think that weapons jammed came from the what's it called? Sheridan.
Eyes, sir?
Oh, be careful with the F60.
Speed up, driver.
Ah, shit. Well,
It's spotted up.
let's get like a Cobra in there. I refuse to buy anything that is as heavy as an M1. Just out of principle.
Need some extra eyes, sir?
Oh, no. Oh, the LAV actually got our,
It always comes
Sheridan.
down to the infantryman and his
it's
rifle.
sad.
Waiting
What's the command? Oh, hey, very nice. Alright, we still have the force of M8 AGSs. Kapow! Kapow! Wait, what? You should be dead after 2 hits. What?
Someone called for a cab?
What? Why did you survive? You're not supposed to survive 2 TOE2s.
Good scout is one you don't see.
Oh, don't.
Need some extra eyes, sir?
There you go. Oh, the CV's still alive.
Leave me. All of you. Get out of my way.
I like to don't get to my USA decks.
Where do you
That's a
need us,
good.
sir?
That's a good working player right there. Ah, all those 50 cals, man. Too much to handle for Cobras. Oh, and the explosion from the. Oh no, you don't.
Let's rock and roll.
Oh, is that it? Did I just? Oh no, it's not a cheap
After
CV.
ready, sir.
Let's get a pivots here just in case.
Sky is ours.
Oh, not my recon Bradley.
If the enemy is in range, so are we. Someone called for a cab? Speed up, driver. We're in a hurry. Need some extra eyes, sir? Starting to get dangerous here.
Optical failure, what?
Get dangerous here.
Oh, the 84, the 84 hit it, okay.
Starting to get
I didn't
dangerous
realize
here.
that it actually shot with that. That's a Abrams CV.
Someone need a car.
Alright, we gotta recover your morale.
Get a better look from there.
Yes, just shooting down on these M113s. Very amusing. Quite so. Right, now your morale is good enough that. Oh! Oh! Oh, it didn't hit my. It didn't kill my shit. Kill my AGS in one shot. Oh, good. Oh man, that's 13 AP for ya. Can't even one shot 3 armor at that range.
Bigger the better.
Dude, AGS not the most versatile unit, but when it works, it's so fun. It's so fun.
Sir, yes, sir.
Oh, it's a.
Anything you want, sir.
What? Oh, all debuff? Eh? I'm not trying. I don't understand what they're trying to say.
Blind without him.
See wieder combat. Oh, see wieder combat missed. Also, how did I lose my Nighthawk? Was it really just? Is it like a hawk or something that I missed? Can you kill the M113, please?
Let's hope the enemy don't have
Oh, the
any
toe
aircraft.
actually got it. Wow. And the Hornet missed all shots. That's some typical Hornet bullshit. What is this plain talk? I don't understand. As a war veteran, I'm so impressed that how you recognize vehicle planes just by seeing the silhouettes. It takes a lot of schoolwork in the army. I mean, it's probably the same thing in the army, right? At some point, if you see enough of those pictures, you will recognize certain things. It's just... yeah. I mean, if you had asked me, well, 8 years ago when Wargame came out or something, I guess almost 9 years now, Jesus. I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between an F-16 and an F-15 or a Su-27 even. So like at some point you just, you know. I want to like a little champ. Bradley killed an HA. There was a Patriot that I just didn't see. Okay, so I remember when I said fairly early in the game that I saw something aim from very far away. Just for a brief moment, I spotted but didn't identify something, but I saw the aim circle. And I was like, was that a Patriot aiming at my F-14? And it looked like it was, because it's almost certainly also what killed my Nighthawk. Look at this HES kill list, holy moly. And the Nighthawk, oh, excuse me. And the Nighthawk, where is it? Where's my Nighthawk? There it is, Patriot, yep. We'll try the 20-point flamethrower M103. Maybe I should. Oh, in the vehicle tab, you mean? I thought you meant the infantry flamethrower and the 5-pointer, which, you know, as a combination also costs 20 points. You mean that little thing? I will not try that out because it's not very good. If you want a flamethrower, take this one because it has 5 armor. And it also comes with the 50 cal. This one just dies way too easily to anything that looks at it. This one at least can take a shot from like a M41 or something. Can take some autocannon rounds, right? I don't think this is particularly good. It's funny, yes, but I'm well, I'm somewhat overusing units just because they're funny. You guys should have Rukin HGS. That'd be stupidly OP, I think. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, you can always balance something with price, but man, imagine this with stealth and optics. Oh my. Oh god. Oh, was that you? Permadeath strategy games? Oh no, it wasn't. Oh no, you're the okay. You're from. Never mind. Sorry, I got confused by your message first. Um, only play this game from time to time, practicing to recognize games mostly. I mean, you know, it just happens naturally if you have way too many hours in the game like I do. So, I mean, I guess if you actively like, the other thing, of course, that this might not be apparent, but I also look at veterancy, right? Um, and of course, knowing what planes are used very frequently, that also helps a lot. But I still get confused every now and then, especially when it comes to Soviets, like the Yak 141. I sometimes confuse this silhouette with the MiG 25. Because, you know, there's like very obvious things to look out for. And I play against US, for example, and I see, right? This one has one tail wing. Is that what you call it? And this one has two, right? So I immediately know, okay, it's an F-15 or, oh, it's an F-16, right? This, you know, and it also helps that Brits, for example, don't use F4s, right? If you play against the UK deck, you know, okay, there can't be a F4 in there. So that helps. If I had to play against a deck that had access to all planes, right, it would of course be a lot more difficult. But if you know what you're playing against, you automatically, you know, filter out all the planes they can't use. I mean, thank you, permanent strategy games, but part of it is just playing way too much of the game. You know, it's not that impressive, really. I not not unfrequently, meaning I frequently also lose to players that have a lot less hours than I do. So you know, there's only so much of you know of it that is my skill, which isn't a lot. Doubt Eugene will work on 3 games at once. Well, they did when they during the time they made the South Africa DLC, right? South Africa DLC, Steel Division support, and working on War now. I reckon that South Africa DLC compared to everything else was presumably a pretty low workload, if I had to guess. You know, they don't have to do any new campaigns or anything like that, right? A lot of, and they don't, with the exception of the barb, there's no real new weapon system. Like, I'm not trying to take away, the work that went into it, because obviously they worked on this a good amount of time. Um, but at the same time, all the systems and such for units for weapons are already in the game. At some point, it's to an extent, all you have to do is copy things over, right? You mainly have to model that stuff. Which again, I'm not trying to take away from how much work this is. And the way I say it also sounds, of course, easier than it probably is. In fact, then it definitely is, given what I've seen when I've played this in a much when I played with this, I mean South Africa, in a much earlier stage. Also a lot more unbalanced. Oh my, some things were just ridiculous. The inflict in in the first stage was just stupid. Oh man, I think it had like 6 HE and just stunned everything with the one shot. It was hilariously broken. Or the login that had 150 km/h road speed. Very amusing. What NATO army would you say has the best mech deck or mech potential? When you say NATO army, do you mean like in the war game or in real life? If you say in real life, I have no clue because the whole mech restriction in war game is pretty artificial, right? Because mech in war games is essentially, hey, everything that is tracked, and but your tanks are restricted to 120 points max or something like that. I guess with the exception of like, there's one exception, I suppose, which is the T80 and T64 line that from the get-go are armored exclusive. But I think other than that, no tracked tanks are armored exclusive, unless you go to a certain tier, like, the Q-Maru doesn't have a real predecessor and it's a 170 point tank, so it's obviously armored only. But for the sake of the argument, if there was an 80 point version of it, it probably would be available to mech. Yeah. I love Commonwealth mech. Commonwealth is just weird. Alright, this is good for mech decks, not for our mech deck. Our mech deck doesn't necessarily like to fight in forests. US kind of does, and US mech is fine as well, but that's not where our deck excels, right? It's gonna be difficult to make good use of Bradleys. They're not gonna be useless. Not artificial, but arbitrary. It's correct. I used the wrong word. Maybe we can make something work in this area, because at least some open area is there. But I still want to get some Bradleys on this end to shut this down a tad bit. Let's get some M2A2s simply because they have 5 armor. So at max range, tanks will need to have 24 AP to one-shot us, which is good. I don't know what this wake line... How many hours do you actually have? Oh! 5,061 hours. Yeah. Want something... Maybe... I don't think we can, but I'm gonna try to land these guys in there. The less hours in deck Jenny. Well, I don't think he can rack up any more hours at least. Oh, man. Let's get a Recon Bradley for the defensive position, but also some M2A wants to actually push with. There's an AGS is behind. Oh, we need some AA too. Oof. You know what? Let's get rid of some of these and get some Stinger Bradleys. Some Razzmann 90s for mid as well. We still have not been heal rush, by the way. It's once since, well, in all the streams, but also in any of the videos. Well, then again, I'm playing like, I don't know, on average 5, maybe 6 games of wargaming a week, so that's not really a very a very large sample size. Man, $2,000 in wargame gave me liver failure and cancer. Can't imagine how bad Razzin's doing with 5k. Oh, you don't want to know. You do not want to know. I only have like 800. You know, this is actually really fucked up. Let's be honest. If you had 800 game hours in almost any other game, people would be like, "Holy shit, you played that game for so long." Obviously, there are exceptions, right? There's I don't know, Dota 2 and stuff like that, right? That people play essentially very often. You know, if they're really into it, play like almost no other game or something, right? I've seen plenty of people that have quadruple digit hours in Dota 2 and more than something quintuple. But
What are your orders, sir?
still, 200 is a lot. Let alone 5,000.
We're sweeping this area. That's your orders, sir.
5,000 Dota here. Yeah. Yeah, this guy's 6k Dota. Yep. See? I have like nothing here. That's not good. I'm playing in Scandi. This might even be Scandi, Mac.
Need some extra ice, sir? Speed up, driver. We're in a hurry. Someone need a guardian angel?
You know what? Let's try to immediately move over there.
Good scout is one you don't see. At your service, sir.
Oh, they carried some RBS 56. Yeah, I'm playing in Scandi, Mac.
Changing position.
Okay, Hog, move down there because if those CV90s move up there, you're dead.
Meet customers for attack.
And that's an automatic.
Someone called for a cab?
Oh, don't kill my Bradley!
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Oh, no, you're not supposed to move up there. Why did I tell you to do that? I'm so bad. At least I'm gonna kill the automatic here. Okay, that's something.
Enemy line.
Gotta be careful when it's moving up vehicles here because there's the RBS 56 squad still. Oh boy, gotta be careful with this. Let's get some V150s just to deal with 5 wonders that are gunning potentially. Oh no, that's bad. Drive down there.
Firing position, sir. It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
You know what, let's move you down there. We don't need you in mid right now. Yeah, there's the squad. They have 8 rounds as well, right? So I can't really bait them out very well. Oh, there's the M41 still. Shit.
Someone need a guardian angel?
Oh, get popped.
Roger, sir. On our way.
RBS 56 are gonna be so annoying. Hey guys, hope you're having fun. Just a quick question. Sorry if I asked so many times, don't worry. Why no one instead of Wargaming Dragon? Simple. I enjoy Wargaming Dragon a whole lot more. Oh, those carry fast Jäger.
Good scout is one you don't see. You'd be blind without us. Air defense ready.
See if we can.
All of you, get out of my way.
CV9 is moving in there as well. Okay, hopefully we broke line of sight there. Oh no, we didn't. Oh shit, 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 shit! I hope they were like still back there and didn't have any more line of sight there. Shit!
Someone called for a cab?
This RBS 56 kills so much of my stuff and it's so awkward for me to deal with. Fuck me, man. Hypothetically.
You've got something for me?
Or maybe literally? Knowing the veterancy is a whole other level to me, Rip Rick and Bradley.
Who do you want us to transport?
Man, that's so annoying. I mean, obviously, like, I'm not... It's my own mistake. I should have, like, fast moved down the road and waited until I was there.
At your service, sir.
This RBS, man. This is really a bad matchup for us, honestly.
Discuss my...
One of the best maps for Scandi, too, in my opinion, Scandi Mech. One thing Scandi Mech doesn't necessarily like to deal with is, like, you know, tanks on medium range engagements, medium range open field-ish engagements. And there just are none here, right? And against a tank that, against a deck that doesn't use a whole lot of tanks, especially like heavy or medium heavy-ish tanks. And
You'd be blind without us.
it's not good, okay. But that's a CV.
You've got something for me?
Oh, is that the 103D? Come on, other AGS, come on, other AGS! Are you...
Nothing we can't handle.
Man! Oh god, I got so lucky.
Need someone to infiltrate enemy
Come on,
lines?
get in the town.
Yes, sir.
Oh god, oh god. Well, at least I killed the CV, which is good.
It's not my war.
Those are CV90s.
Just
Which a
wait
bit
for
further
a target
away.
to fly by, and then...
Oh, you just drove in there? Okay, sure. Let's get a Cobra there.
Sorry, sir. Classified intel. Okay, we'll get there as fast as we can.
I know I shouldn't use cheap CVs. I couldn't even reply to while playing. And just having a second monitor.
Take my word. You don't want to know our methods.
I definitely need some recon. Do I still have my
Trouble!
luster sign? It's just a Chinook here.
At your service, sir. The captain and his crew welcome you.
Let's not use our rocket pods just yet. With 20 AP. We don't actually, we will not one-shot CV90s, I just realized. Maybe we should use rocket pods to soften them up a bit. I mean, you can also just miss with our toes. That's the...
Scouts ready, sir. You've got something for me? At your service.
Let's rearm you while we can.
Is formed and ready.
Okay, let's not rearm you. Alright, thank god for those 50 counts.
It always comes down to the
Oh,
infantryman
don't
and
do
his
that.
life. Meet customers for a taxi route. Sky is ours.
Those were
For a taxi route.
SCRF 9040 carrying RBS 90. I was gonna say that was not the CV90 firing. The CV90 sounds different. It was an LVK V90 or an SCRF 9040. And as you know, it was because there's a manpad coming out.
Meet customers
Given the speed of the missile, it definitely looked like a non-fire and forget manpad, which means it's not the Danish manpad, so it can only be RBS. And you know, 1-on-1, you know, there it is, 1-on-1 together. SRF 9040 plus manpad is a frequent combination. There you have it. Right, 2v1, I think I should be able to win this, even with this fire support. I think. Oh, there's also the CV90 though.
Customers for a taxi route. If the enemy is in range, so are we. At your service, sir.
Oh shit, get back into cover. Ah, man, so close.
Down to the infantryman and his rifle. Someone need a guardian angel?
Oh, well, there's shit in there.
Platoon is formed and ready.
What are you shooting at? Oh, these rangers.
Someone need a guardian angel?
Oh, hello there.
Awaiting new orders, sir.
Maybe I can kill you before the RBS 90 gets me.
What can the infantry do for you, sir? Platoon is
Can you
formed
please
and
hit the CV90s? This is so embarrassing.
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
I did! That's exactly what I was able to do. Honestly, good. Good trade, good trade.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his
Get an
rifle.
AGS. AGS would actually be pretty good. We don't go up against a whole lot of tanks. And against non-tank targets, AGS is generally pretty good. Oh, that's a beacon. Ugh. Wait, what? Was it just a rage quit because I killed like 2 CVs or what? Where about in Germany are you from? West Germany. What? What the likelihood of getting Grease Circuit DLC is less than 1%. So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah, honestly, that game was far from over. Maybe your opponent just had to go and it was just a coincidence that, you know, they left shortly after kill the CV, but I don't know. Oh, this guy likes his run early. Alright. Maybe he just gets like demoralized or annoyed real quickly and it was like, ah, fuck that, I'm out of here. Have you done West Germany mech deck? Not today on stream, but I have, yes. I think I still have one, right? And then a video on it a few months ago, I think. Maybe? Or was it West Germany Armored and I only use Panzergrens? Maybe that's what I did. Yeah, wait, where's West Germany? Oh no, I don't. Oh yeah, that's where I had the Panzergrens only. So no, I don't have West Germany mech deck. Maybe we'll do it next time. Although we did a whole lot of mech today, maybe next time we won't do mech. Maybe we will do some airborne. I'm bad at airborne and I hate airborne, but since I never do it, maybe we'll do an airborne episode next time. Blue Dragon's mech. Blue Dragon's mech is not too bad. It's actually relatively similar to US mech in a sense that all you get is line infantry. However, you get IFVs and you get Shumats, of course. Like, you know, not just Bradley IFVs. You get 2 different IFVs, even 3 if you count the KAFV. You don't get two IFV, of course. You get weapons teams as well, right? You get a much bigger choice. Yeah, infantry AT still is pretty bad, but again, you get Chumat at least. KFVs are very good, especially the 25. Wait, this used to be 10 points though. It was really good when it was 10 points, but I think I don't remember if I did, but I think I lobbied, quote unquote lobbied. And by lobbied I mean made posts about it on the forum, I think, to get it to 15 points. So whether it had an impact or not, I don't know. It was like way long time ago. Before the Steel divisions, of course. The AA, support was actually quite similar. You get your hogs, you get your spanks, and that's basically it. Some mortars, some basic howitzers. Tanks, arguably better. You don't get an M1A1, but you get like the Nanyo and Shiki line. You get a K1, which is a better M1 IP. Recon is definitely not necessarily better. Sorry, I was misremembering. KVs and Hachinanas are nice, but again, you don't get Bradleys, right? Vehicles are worse, but you get the M36, which is good. Helicopters are the same. Planes kind of worse. But the infantry tab is much, much better. You still get amazing 5-pointer spam with the K200s. You get the Hachiku Shiki, which is like a pretty decent heavy IFV. You get a cheap spam IFV. You get fist teams. I guess fist already includes team, right? What is fist? There's like a term, right? Fist team. It's like fire. Fire support team. Oh yeah, it's just fire support team. Fire. FI, yeah, fire, and then ST support team, right? Colloquially known as fisters. Yeah, it's just fire support team. So fire support team. Yeah, they get a bunch of fire support teams. Which are again not necessarily worth it to run an unspec, but it's good when you have the slots, right? They fill a niche sometimes, so they can be really useful to have sometimes. Not always so useful that you might want to put them in the deck when you have only 5 infantry slots. But that's the beauty of mech. It's just you can get put in so much different stuff, so many different units, so many different types of units that fire support teams really has to have. If the Kute were better, had better transport options. Oh, Blue Dragon Airborne. Oh no, most Airborne. Honestly, the only Airborne decks you can really play in my eyes are like Blue Airborne, Red Airborne, and Soviet Airborne. The rest, while technically playable, are just practically so not good. I guess US Airborne also kind of works. But most notably, Red Airborne and Soviet Airborne are by far the best, simply because almost exclusively through VDV90 and VDV, right? And the BTRD line, you actually have a ground, and BMD line, you actually have a ground game. And that is so important. Even if you don't get tanks, even if you don't really get the very good recon vehicles, although I think you get some. Oh, you get this, really? You get like PD76s, right? Which is still better than absolutely nothing. On blue foresight, your recon game is actually pretty good with like AMX 13s. But you don't get your. But you do get buffles? Okay, I didn't know that. You get like some basic transports, you don't get BTRDs, you don't get crashets, and BMDs, and that is such a big difference. Such a big difference. And of course, MI17s are just better than your Lynxes. Su-25T, especially for airborne, is more valuable than an A10. And because with so many missiles, you don't mind at all killing a 5 or wasting it on a 5-pointer. It's not even a waste. Whereas for an A10, you basically always use one volley, which is 1/3 of your missiles. Do you agree that buffing creative 5/80 stack with a bit more units available instead of more activation modes would make more sense? I mean, technically, I suppose, but with Wargame's pseudo-realism, you can't just move the date of units. Right? I guess you could like change the date from like pre-85 to maybe pre-86 or pre-87, and pre-80 to pre-82 or something. Maybe that could work. But I think as much as good as it would be if they were more viable, not everything has to be always balanced, you know? I used to not necessarily like that stance, I guess, that Yushin had or has, which is not everything needs to be viable. But nowadays, I agree. Like, some things are just there for fun purposes. Fun in the sense that, oh, it might not be very strong, but it's, you know, maybe very thematic. It's maybe very, very roleplay, or maybe you just, you know, it helps for like certain, you know, scenarios you have with other players that you want to set up, right? And there are viable 85 and 80 decks actually. Not a lot, but there are some. Oh wait. You meant availability. Availability bonus, like in Red Dragon. Allen Battle, which is plus 10, 20, or like plus 30% extra units. Oh, we got this map again. I've got a private. You only waited like 7 or 6 minutes. Yeah, sorry. Actually, honestly, I don't think so. Like, because here's the thing, right? Maybe with the exception of stuff like some planes and very few selected units, I don't think the availability bonus is gonna do a whole lot for you, right? If the heaviest tank you get is an M1 Abrams, you already have it at 13 per card in a US tank. That's already a lot per card. You don't need the extra availability, really. Whereas the extra activation points allow you to, especially for like mixed blue and mixed red decks, to, you know, put a lot more different units in the deck in the first place. So actually, I kind of disagree. Maybe you should just get like on top of the availability bonus, have like another 10 or 20% availability, you know, and on top of the activation point bonus, have like another extra 10 or 20%. Sure, whatever. But I think the AP is actually more valuable. Not if you play a nation like US, like a single nation. But I don't think. But if you play the single nation, I don't think the extra, however percent availability you get, is gonna be useful either. With very few exceptions, like let's say you play in pre-85 deck, you know, you might wanna have that extra availability bonus on your yes deck, so you get a second Nighthawk. Sure. But outside of these few exceptions, I don't think an availability bonus would do a whole lot. I mean, yes, cheap tanks get a fair bit of additional units per card, but you already get a very high base availability. Because they're cheap units within their tab. Alright, I need to deploy units, because I'm not ready yet. What do I do? Get some HESs. Get the Recon Bradley. Get this. Get you. Get you. Get a Hawk. Get some Bradleys here. We have you already. Get you in there. And we might get heal rushed. And I don't know. Get another stinger. Oh well, I didn't get it out in time.
Sky is ours. Setting up a new AA position there.
And the battle elite bonus rank with send up to special forces. Oh, not in wargame.
At your service, sir.
Not at all. Sorry, not on Red Dragon. I would doubt it in Allen battle as well, but frankly, I don't have nearly enough time. Because you gotta keep in mind, right? The special forces from the get-go come at the highest and second highest available veterancy possible, right?
Sky is ours.
So at best, your model Strikey will have one. Oh god, MIATs. If you're watching this, don't use MIATs, assuming you have MTVs available or even TVs. But that's like not a good option. So at best, your line infantry has one single vet advantage over the special forces, and that is not nearly enough to make up for the stat bonuses that vet infantry get, like base. Oh my god, they just got shredded. Alright, the ATs, they have no armor. Only the MTVs got armor, I think, right? And that little bit of armor, right, it doesn't do anything against AA, but it helps a lot against infantry small arms. think it's an airborne deck or something? No. No, we aren't. Are we getting a quote-unquote tank rushed? Is that what's happening?
Sir, yes, sir.
They're not available in airborne, are they? Oh, we had also thought BMPs. Is this a starter deck, maybe? Which infantry guy would you drop if adding assault engineers? Maybe the base Bradleys.
Who do you want us to
Maybe one of the Stingers.
Someone called for a cab?
Maybe the M2A1.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
Maybe even, I don't think one of the Razzmann cards. Base in the 5-pointer, I mean.
Situation is under control.
I don't think the situation's under control over here, buddy. I still haven't bought anything but the right side of the map.
Formed and ready.
Other than the MIT, the aggression and use of spam of private is impressive. He's going places. Yeah, man, give this guy a mech deck. Give this man his shield.
It's not my war.
Good luck, Wakeline. You can buy one. We can. Okay, well, if you're taking the price into account, it's a different story. 3 other moments strike for 1 squad of special forces. Okay, right. Then that's a whole different story. I thought you meant purely one-on-one. If you're taking like prices and stuff into account, like Razzmann and 5-pointers is one of the most efficient things. You don't even have the veterancy because the 5-pointers alone are gonna do a lot of work.
What can the
Even better might be like mod Schützen because they're 15 points. Honestly, I never did like the ultimate test. I expect that, you know, depending on how high you go with the numbers, at some point maybe special forces might be stronger again. Honestly, I don't know. I mainly do this by feeling. Someone might have the exact numbers and I'm maybe completely wrong with some stuff, but the problem is just outside of like you know, vacuums, right? Special rare circumstances. Those are not the only things that matter, right? With infantry, it's very important to also use them as meat shields. The transports are important, right? How much ground can you cover, right? So, obviously, and
Sir, yes, sir.
presumably you very much know that. But that's why I don't really pay that much attention to that and just go by feeling most of the time. Of course, you know, when 2 units cost the same,
Yes, sir.
or you know, cost might not be that important. That's a different story. Context matters. Enlightened centrist. Listen to both sides. It's somewhere in the middle. The answer. Blah 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 blah. Oh, did you see that? Changed from calm to worried because an ATGM hit the ground next to it, and with a small explosion actually deals like suppression damage, and if you're in the AoE, of course, also actual damage.
At the ready, sir.
50 cal doesn't get much more useful with veterancy because of low base accuracy. I mean, that depends. You know, for example, what's the base accuracy on the 15%? Changes to 21% on veteran. That's, you know, a 33% increase. More than that, right? So, yes, it's quote-unquote only 6%, but it's 1/3 increase, you know, accuracy. How much that actually has an impact is of course a different story, because if the actual dispersion on this, right, is very low, then even quote-unquote misses will still do, you know, some damage or some morale damage. And then of course you gotta take range scaling into account. You know, if with range scaling the bonus of veterancy might be bigger or lower. Honestly, I don't know off the top of my head. So yeah, like I said, I just go by feeling a lot of the time these days. Even though I very much used to be a numbers nerd, and in some areas I still am. In other areas I'm like, you know, just go by feeling. What's that? Oh, that's a BRM 1K or something. Oh, those are T-72As. Damn, there's a lot of weapon teams in there.
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Oh no, I can't see chat anymore. All I know is in Alp, I killed a lot of M1A1s with elite PTRTs and their KBVTs rushing them in the forest. Sorry, PTRs. I heard that in Allen Battle, I can't verify this myself, but I heard that in Allen Battle, kinetic guns
Someone called for a
at like
cab?
point blank range would essentially do guaranteed damage, like more than just, you know, 0.1 damage or something to tanks, so that at point blank range, all the cannons would just wreck vehicles or even heavy tanks, right? I don't remember if that's true or not, so your mileage may vary. I'm also not playing very well in this game, but it's... You know, use the chat like a normal person, Tortik.
Someone
Oh,
called
that's a
for cab?
GCV.
Trouble.
You're playing gracious, can't handle this, man.
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Did I even write anything? No. Maybe I should get some mega in case, you know, I get heal rushed.
Awaiting new
Oh
orders.
yeah, CS is amazing, and honestly, I very much underutilize it all the
Not my
time.
way.
Only got 50 hours in Earned Battle, but European Escalation I have 500 hours. I played even less of European Escalation than of Earned Battle. Earned Battle is, in a sense, very similar to Red Dragon. European Escalation is a much bigger difference for a variety of reasons.
Someone called for a cab?
So I feel a lot more home, you know, compared to Red Dragon in Earned Battle. It was my first wargame though. I did not start with European Escalation.
Who do you want us to transport? Has an enemy chopper been spotted?
My browser lagged.
What can the infantry do for you, sir? Got the binoculars, Corporal.
Are you getting shot at by the Norovs? Well, no, but you shot at them, I guess.
Who do you want us to transport?
Oh god, you need 3 hits to kill the Chinooks. You stay out of the gun range, so it actually does have to use 3 A-class.
Missile and firing position, sir.
Ah, okay, it's still shot the 3rd one at least.
Someone need a guardian angel?
Come on, Stinger, Stinger, I believe in you. You're in attack mode, what the heck? Hello? Oh, you're out of range again. Oh, the hog. Oh, my Delta Force. Oh, did you see the impact? Almost hit me. Oh no.
Yes, win.
And I'm shooting at its rear. Rip. That's oh my god, I actually did damage, more damage through the crash. That's the thing with like Heinz. Even though they're 400 side armor, if you get shot by like Delta Force right, you know, next to them, they will just stun you and then helicopter. Oh god, I forgot about these conkers.
What can the
And then it will
infantry do
just
for you, sir?
turn randomly, and then I will get rear shots in and actually deal a good amount of damage. And then you're dead. That's why the K-29TB with its 1 rear armor is actually kind of nice for this. Takes ages to kill with, you know, infantry weapons, because there's armor all around, and that reduces the damage to I think 10%. Of course, still, even still, Heinz compared to let's say Cobras, massive difference in survivability, even if we ignore the HP.
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
One Sapri can rapidly beat a 4 stack of special forces. Oh, in battle, you mean? I mean, I would assume, although I don't know, that you know that would only work if the special forces were like in 1 stack. In which case, the splash damage, of course, is gonna do a lot of work for you.
Sir, yes, sir.
Have you done? I've no, I've not been to the. I've not been in the military. No.
What are your orders, sir?
And honestly, I also never considered it.
Correction.
In fact,
We're rolling.
you know, unlike many people, I didn't get drawn to this game because of its pseudo-realism or anything like that. Before Wargame, I couldn't tell you the difference between a Leopard and an M1 Abrams or something. Or let me put it this way. If you put me in front of a Leopard and an M1 Abrams, and assume, you know, you take like all the, you know, markings off of them, I wouldn't be able to tell you which is which. Right? I had absolutely zero knowledge of any kind of military equipment. And any knowledge I have today is like incredibly limited. And incredibly amateurish, I guess.
It's an honor to serve under your command.
So, yeah. Everything, almost like a lot of the stuff I know is through Wargame, really. Well, not necessarily Wargame directly, but also like through forums and, you know, through people that I've got to know through Wargame and have told me about some stuff, right? But if it wasn't for Wargame, I probably would have never, like, you know, known, oh, the Russian T-72 uses an autoloader.
Just
And
spit it out.
basic other stuff like that. And, you know, recognizing these things, these vehicles. Oh god, these poor infantry.
If the enemy is in range, so are we.
Squads.
At your service, sir.
And then you started simping for MW1, exactly.
Ready to fire, sir.
Although not really, like, yeah. The thing I started simping for the most and never got was one of the Rolands that Germany has, well, specifically the Roland 2, I think. And that was back when the FRR Roland was, I think, still a Roland 2. I think early on it wasn't a Roland 3, if I remember correctly. Have the FRP Roland 2, right? The tracked one on the Marder. Have that one rerolled to a non-radar version. Essentially a better version of the French 45 points, I think, Roland. Because
The enemy is in range, so are we.
of course, Madman was like, oh no, whatever, blah blah blah. Any radar
Unit formed and ready.
version has like a backup, non-radar, you know, mode. But as far as I understood, the Roland 2 had, like the Roland system had a relatively sophisticated, like backup mode. It wasn't just a backup mode, but actually like a fully functional mode. But whatever. At this point, I don't really care anymore. That was when I was shilling hard for like West Germany to be like a much better standalone deck. And don't get me wrong, it's a very solid standalone deck. Oh, rip my CV.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait, no, they're not shooting at my rifleman. Oh, load them more like turret catapult. That's pretty funny.
Are you talking to me?
Oh no, not again.
Need a ride? Where do you need us, sir? Yes, sir.
Oh god, there's a lot of T-72As. Holy moly. German Leopard to Denmark born in the 90s served as well. I hope they did. Leopard 2A5 upwards. Chef's kiss. Beautiful tank. I mean, I obviously can't tell you anything about how good it is. I don't know shit about that. But it looks good, at least.
Need a ride?
Oh, poor guy using BRM1 case. Wait, what? I have 2 front armor? I didn't realize that. Wait, that was front armor? Oh. I guess it's like a 90-degree angle in a dragon. I prefer the clean lines of the 2A4. I mean, yeah, the 2A4 and like below, which, you know, look identical. They're also, you know, beautiful, of course. Oh god.
You've got something for me? You've got something for me?
Wait, what?
They're ready, sir.
Why was it? Okay.
Need customers for a taxi route. Need a ride?
Did I just kill like a... Oh, it's a BR... BMP I killed with the autocannon.
Fine without us.
Never realized how big that Leo 2 is and that the World War II Tiger wasn't that much smaller. Oh yeah. The Tiger was massive, right? Didn't they also have like, I don't know, 5, maybe even 6 men inside? I think more than 4, right? I think they had more people in World War II tanks, right? 5 apparently.
Are you talking to me?
But I mean, like, the German tanks were like, I mean, obviously they were heavy, but wasn't there like an issue that like some bridges in France or something couldn't even carry like, you know,
Where do you need us,
the
sir?
load of such heavy tanks that, you know, they had issues crossing them? It's just various like anecdotal things that I might have heard at some point. Might be completely false, I don't know.
Waiting the orders, sir.
You're spotted, yeah. Interesting.
Platoon is
Something in the
formed.
town here, maybe? Or Thunder told me about the C2. Leo 2 has power people inside, not that much more. True. But I also think they have more space.
I'll be there soon. What can the infantry do
Plus
for
you
you?
carry 120mm rounds in there as opposed to what, 88mm rounds?
Who do you want us to transport?
Little. Good job, T-72 M on mod.
My pleasure.
What Thunder told me on Glassfire thinks, yep, that does indeed never get old. It's very, very ridiculous. This guy just really doesn't want to surrender, huh? I mean, fair enough. No, I paid for the game, so I'm gonna play the game. Oh no, it's an M24V again. Oh, and another. Ooh, that's a Tunguska, right? Or maybe it's Hor, given the range there. Oh, these Iglas, man. It is updated even. He's just LARPing, not one step back and all that.
The
Oh
enemy is in
no.
range, so are we.
I never enjoy these games. I mean, presumably these people don't either, and you guys don't either. It's a lose-lose situation. Oh, what's the plane? 24M? Oh no, he's going for the town.
It's gonna rain down on this truck.
But I gave him fire precision command. I don't know if I was... Oh, he's moving it. Well, it gives him +5 for a while. Yeah, what kind of management? I mean, I don't know if it's management, but besides, you know, the what they support and not. I've heard them like War Thunder. Again, I don't know if it's management or who exactly from War Thunder, but them like abusing, copyright or whatnot powers on YouTube when it comes to people talking bad about a game or something like that in the past. No idea how, who or what was responsible for that, how it is now, how true it is, and all that. But I've heard not so great things when it comes to that as well. But I thought their headquarters are like in Cyprus or something, or am I thinking of World of Tanks? It was Wargaming. No, I swear there was something with War Thunder as well. I mean, Wargaming, I know that they're, you know, spicy like that as well. But I thought War Thunder devs did something as well. A lot of mobile games for whatever reason are based in Cyprus. Yeah, it's really weird. Probably like, I don't know, some weird text stuff that I don't understand. I mean, yeah, you can forget about this match. Lay Blue Moto. Nope, Lord Fire. Anyway, that's it for today. Next stream, maybe Airborne, we will see. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.